Hi, Morgan. I'm Nadja from Prambors Radio, Indonesia #1 hit music station.
Hi,
Hi, how are you? How are you over there?
I'm good. This is a huge honor. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I've never
Wow.
been where you are, and so it's just exciting to like get to talk to you and, that's
Yeah,
always
I
been
have
my
a lot
hope.
of fans here in Indonesia. Like your music, yeah. And
Oh,
then and there's like across the country, like no, not even country, like across the world. It's crazy. So how is it over there? Like the situation with all the pandemic, or maybe like.
it's been a crazy year, to be
Mhm.
honest. I don't- yesterday I did some no, 2 days ago I did something pretty crazy. I went skydiving for the first time. And I don't know if you've ever done that.
No.
But for me it was like I had a friend tell me like a year ago I released a song called Slow Down, and it was at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of this, sort of like lockdown that we've all been in now for a year. And I feel like there was something symbolic to like, you know, I just released a song Porcelain, and it's like I want to feel brand new again. And it's like the best way for me to figure out how to do that was to kind of just jump out of an airplane and and see what happened.
I saw it in your Instagram. Like you also do the hologram suit, right? Like
I mean, if you're gonna fall out of the sky, you might as well like look like
do
a
it in
shooting
style.
star, you know? Um,
How is it? Like, is it? Do you find yourself? Did you find yourself like while doing
what a
sky?
great question. Did I find myself? Honestly, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I have a song also on my EP called Losing
Mhm.
Myself. I'm releasing an EP called Meridian, Volume 1. So it's like the
Mhm.
first half of a two-part project. And I was thinking about it because, like, a lot of what I went through this year was like the lockdown kind of forced me into my home, and it kind of
Mhm.
like everything that I had planned was kind of taken away. Um, and there was a lot of like reflection that was happening this past
Mhm.
year. And sounds crazy, but as I was like falling out of the sky, I was like, well, why do I worry about like if somebody doesn't text me back, or if somebody like, why do I worry if you know, if like my body, like why do I worry if somebody's gonna, you know, call me a name, or like I don't know, there was just no worry. Like as I was falling from the sky, it was like I kind of did find myself in this complete surrender. um and I kind of have always said you have to lose yourself to find yourself.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And and I think falling from the sky kind of felt like that for me.
Wow.
And then in
That's
the middle
so.
I was like, what am I doing? Like, what couldn't I have just like gotten a sandwich to celebrate that it's been a year?
But you went skydiving anyway. Like.
Yeah, I think I like to live for the adventure.
Yeah, that's so good. So we're talking about the Meridian Volume 1, as you said. It's coming out on Friday, right? This Friday.
Yeah.
How
Sure.
are you feeling about that? Like, finally, it's coming out.
Well, I'm really excited for I had somebody like tweet at me like they saw a clip of Losing Myself, I think, with the skydiving photo, which I'm about to post a video of it from skydiving. But anyways,
Wow.
she was like, I'm already obsessed and it's not even out. And you know, I've been working on this EP for a very long time. Partially like during this lockdown, it was just sort of like the only thing that kept me going. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Meridian, I don't know what it translates to, but meridian is like sort of like energy channels in the body. And so for me, these songs kind of like they helped me keep going in a year that was crazy, in a year that was unlike any other. And so these songs have kind of been my anchors, and I'm really excited for people to get to have them and for them to be like their favorite song. You know what I mean? Like I'm really ready to like let it go. I'm playing a show next week where I'm playing a lot of these songs live for the first time, and I'm doing it solo piano in a dome in Joshua Tree, which if you don't know where Joshua Tree is, it's
No, I don't.
a pretty magical desert in California. And I discovered it I think through like reading books. I think Patti Smith like talked about Joshua Tree and stuff, and for me Joshua Tree is like a I don't know what this word would translate to, but there's a word vortex. I don't know what that would translate to, but vortex is like an energy experience. So I'm going to be playing music live for the first time in an energy vortex in a dome in Joshua Tree. So
it's like live streaming, like
yeah,
your concert's gonna. Oh, okay. When is it gonna be?
that
Like
is
after
next Wednesday. Yeah, April 28th, 6 p.m. Pacific, which I think translates to a really nice time in Indonesia.
Okay, I'm into that. Okay, we're gonna keep up on that on your Instagram. So, talking about your meridian, and you said that you went to like very hard journey throughout this year. Can you tell us a bit more, like what made you feel like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna make music out of this. Like, what made you feel?
Yeah,
because Meridian is your first project since 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
true.
So
Yeah.
what made you feel like?
Well, some of that was, to be honest, I wanted to put out a project before, but I was at the time on a label that was not gonna do that. And I think like part of the journey of this year, like, so if you can imagine the start of lockdown, I was in Barcelona. I was celebrating my birthday. I'm a Pisces. It's very
March.
sensitive, March.
Okay.
And I basically they were like the city's gonna lock down, like Barcelona's gonna lock down, and also Los Angeles is gonna lock down. And I'm like, well, I guess I have to go home. And I go home and basically like get back to LA, and then the sequence of events happens where my label at the time dropped me. And that same day, my phone started blowing up because Billie Eilish tweeted about me because my song Home, she tweeted like songs that were that she was inspired by when making her record, and for her song Bad Guy, she tweeted that my song Home was like an inspiration to her. So while I was having this kind of very scary moment of like, I'm being dropped by the only place that I knew that I had released music before, and wondering like, will anyone hear this music? At the same time, Billie Eilish, someone who I massively respect, someone who is huge, is tweeting that like my music reached her and was inspiring to her. And I feel like those two things happening at the exact same time kind of made me feel like, well, you know what? I could have just like stayed home and cried, which I did. But instead, I was like, I'm just gonna like use the internet and see what happens. And so Wonder was that song that came out at the middle of lockdown last year. It was July, and it was, the lyric is, I wonder if anyone will hear this, and that song just took on a life of its own. I kind of call it the Wonder cinematic universe. It just like keeps like expanding and like growing, and there's all these like versions that my friends made that took on a life of its own. So Meridian is really a record about change, and I feel like Wonder kind of led me to the point where I was like, you know what? It's kind of like jumping off an airplane. Like, you don't really know what's going to happen, but you could stay on the airplane and just stay, hidden, or you could just go sailing into the unknown. And yeah, I didn't let it stop me.
Mm.
I didn't let what was the experience of having that label and then not having that label. I didn't let that stop me, and I didn't let this year that where everyone I know was sort of their life became something completely different because I don't know exactly what it was like there, but it was just everything stopped. Like there was a total stillness here in a really crazy way, and I just kind of was like, well, who am I and what do I want to say and how do I want to say it? So I kept going.
And then you made your music.
Yeah.
Like you also said in your Instagram, like each song has its own meaning to
Yeah.
you, right? Yeah. Do you have any like personal, favorite, not really favorite, but like special place in your heart, like maybe porcelain, or how you hold that
Actually,
song?
the song Mood Swing,
Mm-hmm.
there was there's a line in there that's um I fell down on my face, caution was my stake. I've been losing my way and I don't have to go it alone. I spent all of my change moving out to LA, and
Mm-hmm.
I like, this is like, everyone loves to think that it's just like happens in an instant and there's no like journey to it, but like I worked day jobs in order to like make music while I was living in New York. You know, I was showing apartments to people, like I was a, they call it real estate. It was just like it's not glamorous because it was literally just I was working for a company like showing apartments, and
Wow.
I I basically, from the money that I saved from that like experience, I basically saved up everything I had, and moved to LA, not knowing anybody in music and not knowing how I was going to like actually make music. And um I just got a message from that like old boss of mine, from years ago, who was just like so proud and inspired by like everything that I had done. And I never got a chance to tell him, thank you for like basically like giving me a job at that time and letting
Mm.
me save up money so that I could like go and pursue my dream.
Wow. That's so deep, like, so you haven't met him yet again. Like,
Well, to be honest, he actually passed away like
oh.
a month or two ago, and so I found out from his partner
Mm-hmm.
about it, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes me kind of emotional, to be honest, because you know yeah, I haven't gotten to, I didn't get to tell him that
Mm-hmm.
in person,
Yeah.
but Mood Swing, I kind of now I'm thinking about him a little bit with that song.
Mm-hmm.
That song also like eh, it's just like when you're having a bad day and you put on that song, it kind of uh it kind of turns it around. It's kind of like a dance yourself clean, shake it off,
Nice,
um,
shake it off.
like let it all out kind of vibe. And
Ah,
I'm really excited for people to hear that song.
yes,
Um,
it's like day minus two to,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's coming
So
very.
yeah, so talking about making music, and then that you said that you didn't know how to make music, but may I know like who is your influences on music, like from the very first start you make music?
I mean, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, like I
Mhm.
said, and like I feel like the thing that I always thought about was the song, and the
Mm.
voice. It was like, you know, for me, somebody like Stevie Wonder growing up was like, this soulful, uh, this just soulful electric voice. Elton John, Luther
Ah,
Vandross. These are names that people may not like. I mean, some of them they may know, hopefully, but it's just like um, I was really inspired by soulful singers and
mm.
great songs.
Yes. What about dream collaboration? Like, who is your dream collaboration? in the
Um,
future?
well, I have a dream collaboration coming up,
Maybe
but
Billie Eilish, like she.
it would be incredible. She would love Mood Swing. Tell her.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna be secretive here, but I have a dream collaboration in the works that is mind blowing. Um, but I have so many people. I'd love to collaborate with Coldplay. I love Chris Martin.
Wow. That's gonna
I,
be so good. Like,
I'm really into. I'm really like. I feel like our voices would sit in a world together really well.
yeah, you guys giving us like a very good vibes, and yeah,
Maybe
yeah, same kind of,
I,
yeah, 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 I can feel it. I can feel it. So talking about Meridian again, like it's day -2 to your releasing your first, and no, it's the volume 1 of Meridian. Can you spill us a bit? Are you gonna release the volume 2 any soon, or like?
yeah, I'm working towards it. I was thinking about
Mhm,
this yesterday, also after Falling from the Sky. I
mhm,
think volume 1 is kind of where things broke for me, like where
mhm.
things were hard. And I think volume 2 is kind of as I started to piece it together. So it will all make sense by volume 2, but volume 1 is sort of the perfect place to start.
Okay, we're gonna wait for that. Do you have any message for your fans here in Indonesia? Like a lot of
Well,
people love you here.
my roommate makes soto ayam. Is that how you say it?
What? Yes, yes. It's like with
But
soup and
yeah,
then chicken.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I want it like in for real, like there. So I need to get there so that I
yes.
can experience that, and also like maybe play some songs with some people.
Yes.
And
Maybe, do a tour here. I don't
I'm
know.
ready. I'm ready.
Yes, amen to that.
Yeah, I'm manifesting that for this next year.
Yes, yes, yes. I also believe in manifesting. Like, thank you so much, Morgan, for your time. We are here in Indonesia. Hope to see you soon.
Thank
And we can wait for the Meridian Volume 1 to release. Like, it's day -2. So
thank
we
you
can't
so much.
wait. Thank you so much for your
See you
time,
soon.
Morgan.
Bye.
Bye bye.